And when you see him, let's make sure on Valentine's Day we share our love for Donald J. Trump. What's up, John?
Happy belated Valentine's Day, everyone. However you did or did not celebrate the day yesterday, I'm going to say that Donald Trump may have had the best Valentine's Day ever. Because how many of us actually made money on Valentine's Day? Ever the opportunist, Trump used the holiday to publicly profess his love for his wife Melania while asking his supporters for money.
All right, Justin, does anything say I love you more than a fundraising email based on the litany of criminal charges against you? So Donald Trump just sent out a fundraising pitch that reads, "Dear Melania, I love you. Even after every single indictment, arrest, and witch hunt, you never left my side." By those standards, there is a lot to stand beside this week. Tomorrow, 2 court hearings. Friday, a ruling that could cost him $370 million, as well as his New York business license. And any day now, the Supreme Court could receive a response from Jack Smith involving the issue of presidential immunity.
And this email that went out to his MAGA fans, it is so cringe, as the kids would say. I can't not hear his voice when I read it, which is anything but romantic. And if this is a real indicator of what their relationship is really like, then I don't even know what to say. So here is the email. Quote, "Dear Melania, I love you." That's all in capitals, by the way. "Even after every single indictment, arrest, and witch hunt, you never left my side. You've always supported me through everything. I wouldn't be the man I am today without your guidance, kindness, and warmth. You will always mean the world to me, Melania. From your husband, with love, Donald J. Trump." Does your significant other sign love letters to you with their full name? And does your significant other publicize their love letters to you in fundraising emails? Probably not. It's not normal. Recipients of the email were urged to, quote, "send their love," but in true Trump fashion, love is basically the same thing as money. People could write personalized messages to Melania and donate to the Trump campaign. Now, first of all, there is no way that Melania cares about any of this. Not about the so-called love letter Trump wrote to her and gave to her via fundraising email, nor about the love letters her husband's followers may have sent her. I can't imagine she'll read any of them. Second of all, it's funny that he says she's never left his side because she is famously rarely ever by his physical side, oftentimes living completely separate from him. But sure, maybe he doesn't mean it in the most literal sense. He just means that she never left him because, again, love is money. And if love is money, then why would Melania leave? She was an immigrant who came to this country as a model, and after living here for a bit, in the late 90s, she met Donald Trump, a real estate mogul who would become her husband. She would become his third wife. Now, despite being together for so long, they're not known for having the most publicly loving relationship, and despite what Trump wrote about her in his very public love letter, she's not particularly known for her warmth.
I don't give a f***.
It's not about giving a f***.
It's true. It's honestly.
But love is money, and in that sense, Melania really loves Trump. Apart from the billionaire lifestyle that Melania has become used to living as a result of her marriage, last year news broke that Melania made $155,000 in 2021 from a Trump super PAC called the Make America Great Again Super PAC. The money was listed as payment for a public speaking arrangement, public speaking being another thing that Melania isn't particularly known for, but the payment wasn't visible in initial reports. Initially, Melania wasn't listed as the recipient of the payment. Instead, the designer's management agency was paid the $155,000 for event planning and consulting. At the time, the agency claimed that Melania was a client of theirs. It wasn't until more recent reports that Melania was listed as the ultimate recipient. And by the way, the PAC didn't technically do anything wrong with their reporting. They followed FEC guidelines that says that only the first recipient of money paid out needs to be disclosed. The Trumps, however, deliberately funneled the money through a third party to avoid having Melania's name on that report. A source at the PAC told the New York Times that Melania had been hired for her design consulting services for a dinner the PAC was hosting. According to the source, she chose tableware, she arranged settings, and picked floral arrangements, and for all of this, she was paid $155,000. Now, I am planning a whole wedding right now, and maybe I'm undervaluing my work, but it is not that hard to pick a floral arrangement. It's one thing to design a floral arrangement, but to pick one, not so much. But maybe that's just me. If I could get paid $155,000 to plan my own wedding, that would be really nice. But as a friendly reminder that we're dealing with billionaires here, perhaps they just didn't think $155,000 was that much money, especially when you consider that individual tickets for that dinner were being sold for $125,000 apiece. The New York Times also reports that Melania made $250,000 in licensing fees from a publishing company co-founded by her son-in-law, Don Jr. Anyway, Trump mentioned in his love letter that Melania has never left his side, and yet, definitely she has. In fact, she recently renegotiated her prenup to make sure that she and her son would be well taken care of while her husband blows through all of his money. As you know, Trump is currently running for president for a third time in recent years, a very expensive venture, but he's also involved in several legal defenses, all of which are very expensive. On top of the cost of being sued, Trump is being found guilty, and those guilty verdicts come with very, very hefty fees. Also, it's been reported that Melania isn't happy about the possibility that she'll become the first lady again. So in exchange for smiling through everything, she got more money out of Trump. Trump can't run for president without his first lady. It's not a good look. Melania had leverage, she knew it, and she used it. So of course Melania has stayed by Trump's side for all of these years. I think to expect her to leave such a cush gig is unreasonable, but at least Trump appreciates her being around. And if she somehow manages to become the first lady again, I think it's safe to say that no one will be more disappointed than Melania herself. Be best, y'all. All right, that's it for me. If you got anything out of this, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out my podcast, Modern Context. Thanks.